Today we're here at IndieCelebrity.com with Michael Egleton and just a little conversation with this up and coming blues, jazz, soul artist from Akron, Ohio. How are you today, Mr. Egleton?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you for having me, Ms. Turner.
No problem. So I would like for you to tell my viewers and the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Michael Egleton, and I was originally born in Barberton, Ohio. Barberton is pretty much known for Bo Schembechler of Michigan, Alvin Robinson, great pro athletes that have come out of such a small town. I later moved to Akron, Ohio, and that's where life kind of changed for me. And it's not a big city, but it's a bigger city. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much where I've been since then.
Okay. And so what has your musical journey been like as far as coming up in Akron, Ohio? What's the music scene like there? What's your music journey been like?
My music journey has been work. If you know, Akron, Ohio has produced many great artists. Debo, James England, Philip England, Howard Hewitt, and the writer of the songs "Our Day Will Come." From that time, I speak with his wife quite often. This city has had great talent, but the talent here has had to move to one of your more music-friendly cities to actually get off the ground. It's more like you're cutting your teeth here, and if you want to go any bigger than you are, you have to go to one of the music hubs, LA, Atlanta, New York City. But the music scene here, for those who are here, it's pretty brisk. It's doing what it do, you know. A lot of dreams, a lot of people getting out there trying it, seeing what it do for them here. And then moving on to Cleveland, Ohio. And that's...
Well, I noticed, I checked your Reverb Nation charts, and I've actually noticed you before on Reverb Nation. You're always in the top 5%, on the category for the blues, jazz, and soul. So you are finding a way to make yourself known and visible and topping charts, at least on Reverb Nation, with your music right there in Akron, Ohio. So how is it that you're getting this type of exposure and actually building success and name recognition out there?
Staying relevant. Staying relevant. That's really the only way I can put it. Keeping some type of activity around my name, going out with the people here in the city, talking with them, meeting the bands, going to some of their shows, networking. And then, you know, you return to Reverb Nation and you post your activities for that day, and always keeping a conversation going with the artists there at Reverb Nation that are spread out over the world.
Okay, good. Networking is a big part of, getting your name out there, especially social networking. What's your internet presence like? I mean, do you Twitter? Do you Facebook? Do you do all that sort of thing to sort of stay connected with your fan base?
Yes, I do. I'm getting into this Twitter thing. You know, Twitter is trying to find something to say when you're not talking about yourself or holding a conversation. That's new. But Facebook, I have many friends that I reach out to on Facebook. Some grew up right here in Akron with me and have moved abroad. And in their network, I have gained friends in their particular circles. So, yes, I'm pretty active there. I try to cut out some time, at least an hour, 2 hours a day, at some point in the day or the late night, to try and reach my fans, talk, say something, give them an idea of what's coming up and what to look for.
Okay, sounds good. One of the questions I had for you, I noticed that on your Reverb Nation page, on the songs that you have, there are a lot of instrumentals. And so I'm wondering, were you a musician first, or when did you actually start singing and developing your vocal repertoire?
Well, as some of it I have written about in my bio and what have you. Actually, I'm kind of introverted and shy, and singing started early in life, 5, 6, at my granddad's church in Barberton. He himself was a singer, and before becoming a preacher, he was involved in the honky tonks of Chicago and Cab Calloway. Some of those artists that we talk about and are made famous. Well, in his early years, he used to run with them in Chicago. So when he came to this city, he brought the family. My mom, she's an organist and a singer herself. She's one of the first Black women to be on a major TV network here in Ohio, playing the organ. Then my aunt, Essie Adams Egleton, she also had a singing group that was quite well known throughout the nation in the early 60s when Sister Shirley Caesar was traveling. She was traveling right along with them, and quiet as it's kept, one of her piano players was the now famous Douglas Miller of gospel artistry, and every now and then I still play for him. It's funny how life goes in a circle. But singing for me started in my teens when I built up some type of, got out the shyness, but the instruments, it just let me become another person. That's why there's so many instruments.
Wow, and I really love the instrumentals. They really put you in a very pleasant mood. I like that, but I also like your singing, and I particularly have a couple of songs that I really like, especially "Baby, Baby, Baby." That's my favorite. But I want to let our viewers have a listen at your voice and your work. So I'm going to go ahead and play one of the songs from your Reverb Nation page right now, called "That's All Right." Okay.
Thank you.
So sweet down to the bone. I don't ever want to leave you alone, and that's all. You're like the stars that shine at night. You're like the moon that's lit so bright. With you everything seems right, and that's all. Sweet and gentle touch, girl, it thrills me so much. I can feel things and such, and that's all. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. baby. You're like dew on the morning grace. You're like cold water in a glass. I hope all of this will last. That's all right. You're like a little quiet stream where I can go to daydream. It's so perfect it all seems. That's all right. You're like the sun up in the sky. You're like the little birds, they fly so high. If I didn't have you, I would die. Yeah. That's all right. You're like the honey in a honeycomb. You're so sweet down to the bone. I don't ever want to leave you alone. That's all right. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. You're like dew on the morning grass, yeah, that's all right. You're like the little tiny birds up in the sky, they fly so high. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Baby, that's all.
That's pretty good. That's all right. You know, that song just relaxed me. I had to remind myself, oh, I'm doing an interview. I can't just kick back. Very, very nice. What's the story behind that song?
Well, that song I was thinking about some of the ways a relationship in good standing, where things that a man may think of his lady, or things a lady may think of her man while just daydreaming. And then after you think about it and it's all said, just say, hey, that's all right.
Love it. Love it. I think I mentioned to you before, your lyrics are very mature, and it's just good music, good feel-good music. I really appreciate your music. And let's see, I wanted to ask you, I know that there are a lot of good things in the future for you. Is there anything that you want to share with us that you have coming up?
Yes, actually, we're starting work on the new project that will be coming out of Atlanta. I will let this out. Your favorite song will be going on that project.
Oh, see, I have an exclusive. Baby is going to be on that project?
It'll be remastered and everything, and it will be going on that project right there.
Wow. I'll be looking for that. I'm glad to hear that. That's a wonderful song.
I'm so excited because this first CD was like an introduction. This is Michael Egleton. Mm-hmm. This second CD will be even more complex. It'll be on a level to compete with major artists. I'm not doing everything this time, thank the Lord. All I plan to do is sit on that piano and sing a few songs and let them do the rest. And that's the exciting part. I've been working on music. I've listened to music, and I'm just so excited about this next thing coming up. I have such a good feel about it. Wow. And the people that will be getting involved, who have told me they want to be involved, that's even more exciting to me. So it'll also, as always, be a learning process for me.
Okay, that sounds great. When's that album supposed to be dropping?
We're looking 4 to 5 months. We're looking 4 to 5 months. A month before we have it in stone that it will be done this day. A month before that, we're going to be blasting it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And because I spend a lot of time in Atlanta anymore, I'm down there twice a month, seems like anymore. And I do play dates there also. We plan to blast it there. Probably it'll be coming out there.
Okay. You're going to have a release party type situation there in Atlanta?
Yes, and I hope, and I told you, if I hook a crook, you won't be there.
Well, it won't take a whole lot of hooking or crooking because I want to come. You know, we just gotta work it out. That's fabulous. So, how about any live performances that you want to share with us coming up?
I have one of the biggest performances of my career coming up September 14th. I'll be opening for the Ohio Players, the famous Ohio Players.
Wow.
And, God rest his soul, Sugarfoot won't be with him, but the kids are taking the dream of it. And, matter of fact, one of the representatives was in town today. And I'm so looking forward to this event. I'm hyped, I'm pumped. Everybody around the band, everybody is hyped and pumped about this thing. We'll be putting pics in real time on Twitter. We'll be Facebooking in real time on Twitter. There will be a video of part of the concert available on YouTube shortly after are done.
Absolutely. That's doing it big. So this is, would you say, the most exciting performance that you're looking to do September 14th? This is like one of the big ones, huh?
Yes, this is it. Every performance is exciting for me. There are nuances in every performance, but this performance, I have the mindset of a make or break situation. It's imperative for me that this thing will go over the top and blow the roof off.
Well, I'm sure you will. Your music speaks for itself. So I don't foresee you having a problem with that. You know that you're already, your fan base is spreading out all across the country. You yourself are building your buzz. You know, I've seen you in some LA press late last year, I think it was. So I know that you're really working it. And so with that marketing and just giving people the opportunity to hear it, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well on its own. So I wish I could be there for the Ohio Players too, but be certain to send me the video so that I can share that with the viewers as well. And because we definitely want to continue to support you. We know, and I know, and I'll just go ahead and recognize, this on this program. You are one of our biggest fans. You have, and we love you for it. I love you for it. Thank you so much for just being a part of the Urban Stars Media family almost. So we really appreciate that. Is there any way in particular that you would like for fans to connect with you? Or if people are interested in collaborating, how are you reached for bookings? What's the best way to reach out to you?
The best way to reach out to me right now, I'm in transition on some things. And so the best way to reach out to me is you can hit me up at megleton7gmail.com. You can call me personally at 330-592-3174, or you can go to my Reverb Nation page and leave a email there. And I also have another email you can also get at me at, and that's megleton@sbcglobal.net. Through one of those sources, I will get your contact, and I believe in responding promptly. You will promptly hear from me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And for all of you people who are interested in wanting to support good music, good blues, good jazz, good soul, I suggest you reach out to Michael Egleton. Follow him on Facebook and Twitter. And he gave you his personal phone number. So if you really want to get with him, go ahead and give him a call. I just want to give you an opportunity if you want to give out any shout outs before we before we conclude our interview today. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yes, there is one person in particular I'd like to shout out to, and that is you. You have helped me in so many ways I cannot even say. And I want to thank you publicly for just giving me an opportunity to show you what I can do. And I'm loyal to those who help me this way. I'm loyal to a fault. I do what you ask to do, I'm out there, okay? And also, I like to give a shout out to my label, Tape Music Group, also to those around me here in Akron, Ohio. I want to thank you all, and to my fans. You make it happen for me every day. Every day I go on the net, you, my fans, make it happen for me. You make a smile come to my face. And, to my little hometown barber, and they told me somebody out there said, you better say something about us to the Magic City. I want to thank you, Barberton, Ohio. And, and everyone who is helping me to make this dream come true.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us here at IndieCelebrity.com. And we're going to be following you and keeping tabs on you. And I'll be looking for that invite to Atlanta for that album drop. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.